I've been a resident in Waltham Abbey for over 70 years and been a councillor for 18, and became a councillor because I wasn't happy with decisions that were being made by councillors and ruining the Abbey. Obviously, 70 odd years ago, it was a thriving market town that was just all fields and greenhouses, and so I'm actually a country girl. I missed the first part of it, unfortunately, today because I was at a funeral, but I've listened to what I've listened to, and with a lot of it, I do have to agree with it. But let me just say, officers and councillors have spent hundreds and hundreds of hours giving up their weekends working to sort out the local plan, which every area in the country's had to do. And in that local plan, we have to provide homes for natural growth. Now, just with my own family, I have 5 brothers and sisters. We have 16 kids, but 25 grandchildren. So natural growth for us would probably be about 20 odd houses, just to give you an idea, because most people think natural growth is for outsiders, but that's just to give you an idea. So we've got to supply X amount of homes. And also in the local plan, we have to supply X amount of local jobs per hectare of land. I'm not au fait with all that sort of thing, but I understand. Now, as far as I can make out, Next is not supplying anywhere near the amount of jobs that have to be supplied with that large area. So I would have to be against the development on that alone because, you know, we've spent years working for this local plan to get it right. So saying that we've got to have so many people's jobs per hectare must be dealt with and must be done. Next are not supplying that. Also, we have quite a difficult job in Waltham Abbey, or in our district, because 92% of Epping Forest district is green belt. So we have to supply all these things without encroaching on the green belt. So they're just things that I want you to bring to the factors that we've got to look after the green belt, our forest, because it's a special conservation area, and we've got to supply local jobs. So when I first heard about the Next application, because anyone here, if you look on your screen, oh, it looks a perfect place to stick a warehouse right on the entrance of the motorway, and I can understand, you know, you're wanting to do this. But there's lots of factors. One, it doesn't supply enough jobs. Some of the things like a pathway halfway down the Dowding Way, I can't see any point in that because you can't go anywhere. Yes, there is a little back way, which is actually not a proper footpath behind Beachfield Walk. If for any chance you might be lucky enough to get one of the few jobs, you can't access it properly by that road other than using a car. One of my main things I'm not happy about, if this goes ahead, highways have said you can do no right turn, which Mr. Said, into High Beach. Now, people know in the area, because they can't turn right to get home in 200 or 300 yards, will either then turn left into Wood Green Road, turn straight back out and cause even more congestion because they will then be holding up the traffic so they could turn around to go home. Other than that, they have to do 2 or 3 miles through the forest, which isn't protecting our forest. So these are my own personal grievances for it. We're not supplying enough jobs for which all of us have worked hundreds of hours in the local plan to get. A shame with the warehouse, it is massive. It's such an enormous area. And one thing I did think it might have had, if it went ahead, was an outlet shop, which is very sad it doesn't. But when I've gone around canvassing as a local councillor, in all my time of this been going on, there has only been one person that has been for the Next building. I've had to put up with quite a lot of abuse because I'm a councillor. Why haven't I stopped it? But I'm just one councillor and I'm only giving you my view. it doesn't supply the amount of jobs on our local plan. It is destroying the forest because highways, in their wisdom, are stopping a right turn, making people go 2 or 3 miles out of their way. And anyone who knows the area, AV Lane is what it says. It's a lane with little areas for passing. No 2 cars can pass except on these little areas. So I personally feel that it's actually quite detrimental to Waltham Abbey. And I think everybody else has said everything I want to say, and I know we've got like electric vehicles coming, but we have numerous power cuts, so until you've got a proper basic structure, that's not going to work. So really, everybody said what I wanted to say, but I just wanted my viewpoint because we've spent so many hundreds of hours working out a local plan, and this actually doesn't apply the amount of jobs that we need to create. Thank you for letting me speak.